Good day, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Prairie Banana over here on PulseChain, home of pTGC and UFO, your two index tokens of the best assets on the chain, pTGC and UFO. That they give you exposure to the Richard Hart core assets, Hex, Pulse, PulseX, Inc., and now ProveX. And these two tokens pay you passively every single day. You can hold them, each of them, and earn reflections. And then with pTGC, you can stake pTGC. You can also lock pTGC. And with UFO, you can LP it to earn PLS. With pTGC, you earn pTGC and all the functions that you do with it. In UFO, you can earn UFO for holding, PLS for LPing. And we're going to be talking about both of these assets today. We're going to walk through the D app, the new, I think we can still call it a new D app, which is goptgc.com, which, hey, Crypto7, which is also loaded with lots of metrics. And if you like more metrics, that's at ptgc-ufo.com. So we got two fabulous sites. One's the D app with metrics, and the other one just purely metrics and calculators. And we know Shaka Vibes ain't done building ptgc-ufo.com. That's his site. And by the way, both of those sites are free. Lots of tools. So this is how we're going to do long intro. This is how we're going to do it today. Just like we have been doing it for the last several weeks, we're going to do this in 3 different parts. We're going to talk about what these assets are and what they can do for you. Hi, Walter. And then we're going to take a commercial break. And then we're going to talk about what these assets can do. So that's how we're going to do it. 3 parts. Usually takes about 90 minutes. And just if you got questions, this is a place where you can ask your questions. Ask them. As a matter of fact, I love your questions. I love teaching, especially about things that I'm excited about. And I'm uber excited about pTGC. I'm just going to tell you, man, guys, if you don't hold pTGC, might I encourage you to sit through this presentation, especially when we get to the step 3 toward the end, which will be the shortest part probably. And we'll look at the moon math, and it's just like, I've been saying this. I have been saying this. PulseChain was built for pTGC. PulseChain launched. pTG comes along. We deploy that, not me. We deploy the contract on the network. Didn't even know that PulseChain was built for pTGC. I mean, show me how it ain't. One of the things I'm excited about today is that we have been crushing it against PulseChain. But so many people have been buying this thing that we're really moving up against the chain. I'm going to show you guys a little trick when I get to my desk screener here in just a minute. You guys got to learn to look at, and this is such a simple hack, because we always look at assets and what's their value in dollars or your local currency. And when you're on desk screener, it's USD. So that's how we look at these assets, in dollar value. But in crypto, you always have a pair. You've got at least on, I think this is how that works. I'm not a crypto expert. I'm a crypto fan. You've got, I think it's on EVM chains. You guys can tell me, because I'm open to learn too. If I'm right on this, on EVM chains like Ethereum and PulseChain, you got to have pairs. And when you have a pair like pTGC and WPLS is the layer 1. It's the gas. It's the gas token. So you got to have them paired up. So you can look at pTGC in dollar value, and that's great. That's a place to start. But then you can look at it in terms of WPLS or in terms of Hex and all of its other pairings. You can see. Like, we know the dollar goes up. We know the values of all these assets go up, right? Or they change. They don't always go up. They go down too, a lot sometimes. And so when you've got a pairing like pTGC and PLS, you can see which one is performing better by just looking at the at the pairing. And the way you can do it is you can flip the chart from one asset to the other. You can go from USD to WPLS, and you can do the same with Hex and PulseX and all of them. And pTGC is doing great. PulseChain is built for pTGC and UFO. You see pTGC, Pulse, the Grace currency. It's a meme. It's kind of a meme token. It's like a meme coin with utility. It's 90% utility, okay, 10% meme. But it's the tip of the spear. We call it the mothership, okay? But it's the tip of the spear, baby. pTGC is the tip of the spear. And UFO is the shaft, okay? You can hardly have one without the other. What launches the spear? Or what launches the tip of the spear? The shaft, man. And that's where UFO comes in. It's the ultimate financial opportunity. UFO. It burns UFO and pTGC. It burns them both. pTGC only burns itself. And that's not a put down on pTGC, because pTGC gonna crush it. Already has, on a chain that has been moving down against it its entire life. Imagine being born into this world and everything is against you and against you and against you, and you just move up and up and up and up. That's pTGC. Absolutely astounding performance. Destined, in my opinion and the opinion of many others, for top 50 position or higher in all crypto. All crypto. I think we're going to top 10, baby. Hey, top 25 minimum. We're going to be in the top 50. We're going to be in the top 50 by market cap. And you can see that on, you can see our progression on CoinGecko. Like I was telling the guys in the chat just yesterday, back in November, I think we were number 700 something. Today we're 500 something. We were at, I think we're at 500. Yeah. Look, we're at 500. I took this yesterday. Let's see where we're at right now. This was this morning, I believe. See, pTGC number 500. I've been checking this regularly. What is it now? Number 508. I'm not dismayed. We were at 437 just a couple weeks ago. 437. We've been as high as 199. Number 50, we're coming. And so we're moving up against the L1, the chain. And that's without the help of the L1. When the L1 turns around, you better fasten your seatbelts, put your tray in the upright position. You better do it now. Because when the L1 goes, it can be too late. It can be too late. So if you got your bags packed, great. You might want to throw in a carry-on. It's not too late for that carry-on. Where the price is right now, we're like, dude, it's only, I say only, it has been cheaper, obviously. But for 1 million tokens right now, $141. $141. And everybody here is convinced, good day, crypto Paj, that it's going to a penny. And then a penny's easy. I like 100x. I think the 100x is penny. And if we can get to a penny, we can go to 10 cents. And if we can go to 10 cents, a dollar, might be within reach. I mean, even if it goes to 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 cents, nobody going to be disappointed. Hello, the Ricky Reyes Fitness Project. Hey, it's been a while, man. Good to see you. Yeah, Mr. Living in, I'm not going to say it publicly. Hope you're doing good. It's a new profile picture. All right, guys, let's have a look at this. I threatened to show you guys the desk screener. I'm going to show you the juiciest chart you may have ever laid your eyes on. And mind you, this token has been around for 2+ years. Let's see. October, November, December, January, February, March. 30 months. 30 months. This thing's been around for 30 months on April 11th. Because it launched on October 11th, 2023. 30 months, baby. Burning tokens, adding LP, garnering users, paying those users, flawless operation, moving up against the L1. L1's grinding down for 3 years. We're like, we all got to be out of our mind. You talk about insanity. We were on Spaces yesterday talking about you're insane. Yeah, if you're been on PulseChain since May, whenever 2023, and you're still here, you're clinically insane. You must be. Now, some people have gone and made they've made what do you call it, profits on other chains and stuff, and I've done a little bit of that too. I'll be honest, and guess where I brought it? Where I've been talking about for the last 5 minutes, 10 minutes now. Good grief, guys. Let's look at this. Have a look. I'm going to get a drink. Now, this is the pTGC WPLS chart. Got a little ahead of myself there. In USD. Now, this was, let's see, was this our high? No, but this was back in July. We were doing really well back in July 2025. Why? Because PulseChain was doing real well back then. It was doing better, put it that way. But this is our all-time high, 2013 in February of 2025, which was, just a little more than a year ago. And then we've been kind of grinding down, and we launched our incentive program right about here. And we've been up and to the right in USD, you see, right here. We've been up and to the right since. Now, what I want to do is look at this chart, not in dollar terms. See, this is the price, 0.301412. That's in dollars. And here's the price in Pulse. How many Pulse does it cost per pTGC? Well, yesterday it was only 15 something Pulse. So if you're holding a bag of Pulse, obviously you could have bought pTGC for 15 per pTGC yesterday, but not no more. It's up to near 16.7. So we're going to flip this entire chart to WPLS. And this is powerful, guys. Look at this. We're looking at this chart on the weekly. And what you see here is a big, fat W, which stands for win. pTGC is the winner. And like I was saying in the chat this morning, if somebody says pTGC is the king, I agree. I love it. It's the king. But check this out. In chess, what gets checkmated? The king. What's your most valuable player? The queen. So who's most often to give checkmate? To give a checkmate, it's the queen. I haven't played chess in a long time, but that's my understanding. Tell me if I'm wrong, because I want to know. But pTGC is the queen in chess, and it has checkmated the king on PulseChain. And I won't use no names. Think about it, man. pTGC is the PulseChain checkmate. Burn liquidity, taxing AMM bots 24/7. Everybody loves it. That understands it. Everybody that comes over and takes a position loves it. Paying you passively. Did I mention burned LP? Yeah, I did. I'll do it twice. Burned LP, baby. In other words, you can't access it. Well, let's take a look at this chart over here. I want to see this. Look how close we are to breaking through that little resistance right there. Excuse me, sorry. We got to get to 16.75. We got to break through that, guys. Let's do it while I'm streaming today. Who can put down some dinero on pTGC and break through that resistance level at 16.75 against Pulse? Okay, so I got to show you a little bit more on that. Hold on, watch this, guys. So we saw the big fat W, and that's wonderful. Let's put this in log. Now, this is the entire life cycle of pTGC. See, from October 2023, it was launched on October 9th. And see that up and to the right? Now, we're going to take a measurement from the second week when, a lot of people had opportunity to hear about it, especially if you're listening to B Roots, which I wasn't. Shamefully, I got in February. Thankfully, I did in February. By the way, it ain't too late. It ain't too late, boys and girls. We're up 530,000% against PulseChain. 530,000%. That is, if you take away 2, that's 5,300x up against the network. And the whole time the network has been working down against us. What does that indicate and imply? That when the network takes off, if you believe in Richard Hart and PulseChain, then you must believe that pTGC is going to go when PulseChain starts to ripping. I mean, argue it. Can you argue your way out of that? Out of going contrary to that? I don't know how you could, with nearly 30 months of chart history of working up against the chain. Come on. When that chain turns around and starts working with us, see, we've been rowing, our canoe up the stream. You guys ever rowed upstream? I actually haven't. I've rowed around lakes. But if you're going or you're into the wind, you're rowing into the wind or done that, and you're going into the wind. It's hard. It's laborious, and you don't make much. You don't take much ground. But when you're rowing with the wind, or you're rowing downstream, you're just chilling. It's like, relaxing, and you're really moving, right? That's what's going to happen when PulseChain turns around. It's going to be fun. And we want all of you guys here with us to enjoy the fun. I'm looking forward to it. It's been a long journey, guys. This cycle with Bitcoin going to its all-time beyond its new all-time high. Was it a new all-time high before the halvening, and all the weird stuff that happened in 2025 was awful. I never ever want to experience a year like that again. Wasn't it bad? Let's get to some of the comments here. There's only one. Hey, Wannabe, it's good to see you, man. pTGC is without a doubt the best token in PulseChain network. ProveX is dangerous, and what happened to most can happen to ProveX. True that. pTGC has a long track record and maturity. You cannot beat that. Yeah, there's something about longevity, right? That's like one of my criteria that I put for, like, I've got a bounty out for 10 million PLS. If you can find me an asset that has outperformed pTGC in some key areas. It was pinned to my Twitter for quite some time. And one of the criteria is it has to have been out for a year or longer. And if you guys want that link, a link to my pinned Twitter, I can get it for you. I just pulled it up yesterday, and and you can see it, and you can try to find me an asset on PulseChain that meets certain criteria, and I will pay you 10 million PLS if you can do it. If you can do it. It was pinned, posted it, and it was pinned for probably 4 to 6 months. And one guy attempted, but he was way off the mark. There is none, not yet. I mean, is there going to be? So we're going to win hard on bull? Yeah. Period. Well, we got to have our bull run. But here's the thing, guys, too, is that pTGC has been having its own little bull run. PulseChain, lackluster, Hex, PulseX. And you can look at, guys, you can do that experiment where I looked at the paired asset. You can do that experiment on all the assets and look at your P. I just picked on the layer 1 because that's the gas token. It's like, we did recently one awesome and beautiful uptrend. Imagine when PulseChain do an equal uptrend. Yeah. 100x is going to be so easy for pTGC, guys. Yeah, I said 100x. How is it so easy for this to do an 100x? Because, like, it's up 5,300x against Pulse in 2.5 years. 5,300x. I think 10x a 10x against Pulse. While Pulse does a 10x is a reasonable expectation, assumption, guess. Okay, that's 10 times 10. That's how the X multiplier works. If Pulse does a 10x, pTGC, and we get all those X's, and you don't just add those X's to pTGC's 10x, you multiply them. So that's a 100x. Pulse to a 10x, and that would just, a 10x would get Pulse to sacrifice price. If Pulse were to go to its previous all-time high, that's a 200x from here. 200x. And if pTGC can do 10x above that, well, what's 200 times 10? Okay, that's over 1,000x. That's like 2,000x. That's a lot of X's. That would put pTGC at like 18 cents. Yeah. So it's one of those things that, you know, you kind of go through life sometimes and you're like, if you haven't experienced anything, and like many of you guys and myself haven't experienced mad gains in crypto yet. No, we've heard a lot about them. Maybe you've seen other people experience them. Maybe we have. I haven't. But it's one of those things where you believe because of somebody else's testimony that these mad gains are possible, like over 1,000x. But until you experience them, you know, it's still kind of, you have that hesitation. Well, I have that hesitation. You know, I believe it can happen, but I have never seen it. So therefore, there's a little hint of doubt, you know. Thank you for the compliments. 10x, I'm already retired. Would put me extremely wealthy retired. 100x, my kids, grandkids, all are well off. Goal is 100x or more. Yeah, 100x. And 100x changes my life. I need more than 10x. But that's because I know that pTGC being the golden goose of crypto, I'm not willing to give up much more of my bag, much more than, hold on a second, guys. I got to do something I got to soundproof my room. Hold on. Sorry about that. It's the golden goose. And when you find a golden goose, what you do is you make sure that you can wrap your life around the eggs and leave the goose alone to reproduce. You want an egg producing goose, which we found with pTGC and UFO. So at cycle top or DCAing out, a little bit of profit, enough to change your life, because you better take some profit. Like B Roots was saying on Spaces yesterday, if you round trip, you made a mistake, you know. No matter what way you cut it, you made a mistake. Let's talk about what these assets are. We're going to go through a list. Let's see. I wonder if I should just show my list. I can do that. Hold on. Let me rearrange my screen. Somebody suggested this, and I was planning to not do it, but I'm going to take a chance and just do it, because I'm that way. I'm a risk taker. And I'm in crypto. Go figure. All right. So I'm going to show you the list. And you guys can just kind of see where I'm at. We'll see if this works. And if it doesn't, I'm not going to keep the list up the whole time. Let's see. There you go. See, here it is, broken into 3 parts. What are they? We're going to talk about the index, how they're deflationary, the burned LP, public founder, flawless code, thick LP, fees, AMM bots, more in than out, wallets, golden goose. We already touched on that. And earn APY. There, I'm done sharing my screen. These are an index. In other words, you can buy these instead of buying core assets. Blasphemy. Your mother should wash your mouth out with soap. Listen, man, it's very common in finance for one asset to be bought, and you buy that asset because it represents other assets, and you don't need to mess around with the other assets. Listen, go buy you some hex. If you got a hankering for these other assets, the core assets or whatever assets that pTGC is bonded with, go for it. I would recommend some exposure to the grays. in addition to that. And if you wanted to, like, I hold some of those core assets, but just a little bit, because I hold more in pTGC, because, like, look, for example, Pulse at the end of August 2024, we finally hit 1-to-1 with Pulse. If you had rotated all of your Pulse on August 26th, I think it was, 2024 into pTGC today, you could have almost 17 times more Pulse. You could go back and you go buy 17 times more Pulse. So let's say you flipped 100 million Pulse into pTGC on August 26th. You YOLO'd into it, into pTGC. Today, you could YOLO back out and get yourself 1.7 billion Pulse. That's how it works, guys. And you can do that with all the other assets, especially the ones that pTGC been moving up against. And I haven't found one yet that is being outperformed by another asset. I have not found one. That's a good question, Shaka Vibes. Good to see you, man. Show me an asset. Well, referring to my pinned post, show me an asset that has been outperforming, that's got some longevity, a year or longer. Well, you can even go back 6 months. Show me one that's outperforming pTGC. That meets the criteria, has no admin keys, burnt LP, yada, yada, yada. Haven't found one. So why are we messing around in these other assets? Oh, because you're supposed to diversify. Well, there's also wisdom in intensifying. You can diversify, and I believe in that too. I don't know which way to go on that one. I've heard intelligent people argue you got to diversify, and some people say you got to focus. Well, when it comes to my cryptocurrency holdings, I have focused, at least on PulseChain, I have focused into the Grace currencies, pTGC and UFO. Yeah, don't kill your golden goose, guys. You want to feed him, you want to pet him or her, and protect him, because it could continue to produce golden eggs for you. So they're an index. You buy pTGC and you get exposure to all these other assets. You buy UFO and you get exposure to all these other assets. Now, when you buy pTGC, you also get exposure to UFO, and vice versa. You buy UFO and you get exposure to pTGC because they are thickly bonded together. So they're an index, and there's a lot of wisdom in just buying the index token, especially when that index token is paying you drip, drip, drip into your wallet every single day, day in, day out, automatically. No work required from you. We'll get into some more of that in just a second. They're both deflationary. They started with a fixed supply, and that supply is deflating. And what happens when you have a deflationary supply is that technically demands that the remaining tokens are more valuable. So over time, as these supplies decrease, the remaining tokens become more valuable. And I'd love to be out of the dollar system. Everything becomes, it seems like it's more expensive, but really it's just costing more dollars. It doesn't, things are so expensive these days. I always kind of chuckle when I hear people say that. I'm like, yes and no. It probably is, yes, more expensive relative to our income nowadays versus 20 years ago. But you've got an inflating supply. It's awful. It's stupid. Your prices are always changing and they're always going up. The number is always increasing. It never comes down. Well, in crypto, when you have a deflating supply, the number of tokens it takes to buy a certain dollar amount decreases. It's just vice versa. It's just the opposite. Each token becomes more valuable. That's stinking cool, guys. I don't know if you understand that. Everybody should understand it. If you don't, I should meet with you. They have burned LP. No, pTGC has burned LP. I'll talk about UFO, but pTGC is LP is burned. So what does that mean? Well, your LP can be your liquidity, can be in 3 different states that I'm aware of. It can be liquid. In other words, somebody has an admin key, they have access to it, and they can pull that liquidity, yanking everybody's money. That's liquid. That's the most reckless way, the state. That's the most reckless state for any liquidity to be in. You got so that's liquid. And then you have locked, and usually a locking comes with the time period, which is that's cool. You know, you want to make sure you are aware of when that lock ends, so that maybe you can get out of that system before the lock ends, because who knows what's going to happen with that liquidity once the lock matures, right? But then you've got burned liquidity, which is the best. Burn liquidity is where you take and it's like, imagine dropping, I don't know, a gold coin here out in the middle of the Pacific, and you drop a gold coin off the boat, and it's just bye bye. It's going to the bottom of the sea. Can you find that gold coin? It'd be tough, but you sure could. You sure could. Not with burnt liquidity. With burnt liquidity, it's gone. It's worse than that gold coin in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. It's GONE, gone forever, inaccessible. Not a single person or AI or robot or nobody can access, only God can access burned LP. And you can see all the burned LP. Well, I was going to say, you can see the burn address. You can see the PulseChain burn address, and there are other burn addresses, but pTGC's LP is burned. And that's beautiful, because that means you've got you've got a more trustworthy system. People can come over here and splash around in our LP pools and knowing full well that, you know, nobody's going to yank their LP. No, it can't be done. It's like most of pTGC's is burned, not all of it, for strategic reasons. UFO's LP is all user provided, and that's how UFO is built. It's a farm tool for UFO holders and holders of RH core assets to pair the two tokens together, UFO and Hex, for example, and earn PLS. So that's the LP. Public founder. Our founder is available. Zen, it's good to see you. Here, he's in the chat right here. Zen, he's in here listening, but he's available. He was on Spaces yesterday. Anybody could have come up and talked to him. He's in our chat right now. He's just hanging out, listening, and he might pipe in, and he's available. And he'll be on Spaces again tomorrow. He would love for you to come in and ask a question or make a comment or challenge him on anything about the greatest currencies. And he does a voice chat twice a week, also on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Tuesday afternoon at 3 p.m. Pacific, and Thursday morning at, like, I think it's 7 a.m. Pacific. And I don't have the times in front of me. Here it is. Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific. He's in voice chat. I'm telling you guys, I know this man, and I'm telling you, he would love for you to come up and talk and ask him a question. And I'm trying to convince you to do that. Take advantage of this opportunity to talk to a founder, because once this token is in the top 50, who knows? Okay. I don't ever expect to have a word with Richard Hart. I don't think that'll ever happen. Maybe that'd be cool. Take advantage of it. Flawless code. We already touched on that. Can you argue with 30 months of flawless operation? Some people are like, has it been audited? Yes, but you really want to see the audit? It's been operating for 30 months. How many transactions have we had, man? Let's see. I'm looking at my deck screener. Like, how many transactions we have today? 485 transactions just in the pTGC WPLS pair in the last 24 hours. 500 transactions. Okay, let's go back for the last 30 months. How many do you think we have? And that's not including all the other pairs. Flawless code. All right, there's your audit. Sure, you should look into that kind of stuff. You really should. If you're thinking of taking a position, that is absolutely a consideration. Operating flawlessly. Fully renounced. Doesn't have any whitelist or anything like that. blacklist, no blacklist function. There's technically a blacklist function. And some people are like, oh, it has a blacklist function. Yeah, it was there. Or a whitelist, whatever it was. It was there so that the founders would not have to pay the tax when they're adding the liquidity. Okay. Because they really wanted to make the best of their money. But that went away when the code was renounced. Okay. It's there in the code, but it's no longer applicable. Thick LP. Thick LP. Do you guys have any idea how much pTGC has in liquidity right now? A bucket ton. A bucket ton. Do we really have 33.4 million? I'm looking at it, guys. You can see this on your own at pTGC-UFO. pTGC-UFO.com. Shaka Vibes is he's in the chat. He's here. I'll put him up here. That's your man right there. Oh, I got to put these things right here. Show the comments. Where's my media assets? Slacking on the job. Shaka Vibes is the founder, the creator of pTGC-UFO.com. Let me make these a little larger because I'd like them to be a little larger. And if you guys got comments, guys, reach out to me. If you want those things a little larger, you just tell me, okay, and I'll do it because I'm just a guy with 2 eyeballs and a brain. That's only one of each, or whatever. So I'm open to you guys' comments. pTGC-UFO.com. Look at this, guys. Feast your eyes on that liquidity. $3.4 million with an 8.3% liquidity to market cap ratio. Yo. And you know what? Look at UFO. We'll skip over to UFO real quick. What does it have? 2.5, 2.2 million in liquidity. There you have it, guys. Thick liquidity. And you want thick liquidity. And most of pTGC's is burned. So there you go. And pTGC has a DAO. I love the DAO, guys. I love the DAO. Why? Because the DAO gives pTGC flexibility. I mean, we paired up with WETH just a few weeks ago, maybe 6 weeks ago. We made a WETH pair, and now we have volume through it. We sacrificed through the DAO for ProveX, and ProveX launches, and now we got like $20,000+ in an LP with ProveX, the new golden boy on PulseChain. Golden boy. The new hopeful token, the new shiny object. Well, we already got an LP with it. We did that with the DAO. The DAO has, guys, you can go see it in this website. Just go to it's pTGC-UFO.com. Look at this. You can go to the DAO section. Where's that DAO section? Right here. I got to switch to pTGC. You can see exactly how much is in the DAO right here. Look. And click on this information right here. Got DAO funds. DAO, tens of thousands of dollars of money sitting there waiting for a rainy day. Let me get this out of the way for you guys. Can you see that? That's money waiting for a rainy day to be deployed whenever the DAO, which is all the stakers of pTGC, the top 100 stakers can. Yeah. And you can even click the ledger button right there to see every single, all the transactions. And we'll do that here in just a second. Look at this. We'll click off this. Look at that. You can see it's completely transparent, this DAO. It's a beautiful system. I love the DAO because of what it does for pTGC. The DAO empowers pTGC to make strategic moves with ProveX, with when that was a thing. What's that? Most token. We sniped Most, and we crushed it with Most. We might snipe some more ProveX. We'll see how that turns out. We can snipe. When I say snipe, and I mean like buy at a low for cheap. We can snipe any asset for cheap. The DAO is very patient. I'm talking about the guys that kind of run the DAO, the top 100 stakers, which have an interest, monetary interest in the success of the Grays currencies. And they're just very patient, very strategic, always got their ear to the ground for the next best thing, but they're very intelligent and they're not going to jump on everything. Okay, that's the DAO. I love it, man. The DAO gives pTGC the agility of a ship on the sea. We're not a train on the track, guys. We're not fixed, right? We can move. I love the DAO part. Now the fees. Well, first, let's back up, and Zen is always, yeah, see, Shaka Vibes knows, and he and Zen are friends. Zen is always everywhere, super accessible. And you can click, yeah, we did that. Best investment in crypto, period. Been holding pTGC and UFO since July 2025. Congratulations, Spunky Pile Driver. I love it. Thank you for piping in. Now, I'm going to check and see how many people we got watching. 19. I'm getting warmed up. We're getting warmed up for when we have more people watching. Now, let's talk about the fees. But before we do that, I got to take a drink of water. Hold on. Their fee sets are different. pTGC's is 5%, UFO's is 6%. And you're going to pay it for each of them on every buy, sell, or transfer. So buy them from a wallet you want to keep them on. I'm going to break it down for you. The fees. pTGC, 5%. I'm looking for a place where I could just see it. Let's get a visual up. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second. We'll get back here. Excuse me. Let's see. Hold on. Get to the dashboard. Yeah, man. All right. And I'm going to use my Zoom. I'm going to use my Zoom here. Let's get the comments off the screen just real quick. I'll even get me off the screen. How about that? All right. Oh, wait a second. Oh, you know what? I messed up my keyboard the other day, and so I can't use my control Zoom. That's a bummer. Oh, okay. Well, anyhow, you guys can see it. Oh, I can't wait to see the new calculator. All right. I wasn't going to say anything. It's public now. Shaka Vibes. He's been working on a new calculator. He teased me about it yesterday, and now he's teasing me even more. He says, wait until you see the new calculator. And for the audience, wait till you see the calculators that are already on the site. And there's going to be a new one. I can't wait, man. Dude, guys, ladies, these calculators they're just so good. I haven't even wrapped my head around them all yet. I got to sit down, take the time and sit down and just kind of cruise through them again. I'm excited, man. I know you'll let me know as soon as you drop it. And I already created, guys, this is for everybody. I created a series of videos for ptgc-ufo.com. I got to upload 2 of them. And when this new calculator drops, I'll record that one also. But they're all on my YouTube channel. And you can go, if you have any questions about the different sections of the website, go click on a video. And probably all the videos need to be updated again already. Not all of them, but many of them. We'll just do it later. I think you guys can get an idea what's cooking on that site just by watching those videos. All right, let's go through the fees, and then I'll be back with you, Wannabe, in a second. So here they are. This is the 5% fee. 2% goes right here. You see why that number right there is double this number? Okay, that's $7,600 over the last 7 days has been sent to the DAO because of every buy, sell, and transfer. Of the 5%, 2 goes to the DAO. 1%, no. I'm sorry. 0.5% is added to LP, and that's always going to be the WPLS pTGC pair, and that happens automatically. Okay, all of these functions, all this value generated happens automatically. Every buy, sell, and transfer. Buy and burn, another 0.5% buys and burns tokens. 1% is paid to holders, 1% is paid to stakers, and 1% is, this is actually the holders and stakers combined right here. So that's the pTGC fee. Now let's go have a look. Now the UFO fee is much more simple. But it is 6%. 1% goes to holders, 1%, and then 3% goes to LP providers. That'd be cool. Shaka Vibes, it would be cool if you could put the percentages right here. If you're still watching, I think that's a good idea. Because I don't see it right here. Then it would be really cool. 6% tax rate, it says right there, but it doesn't say where it's divvied up. And that I think that'd be a good add-on. But 1% burns UFO and 1% burns PTDC. And UFO burns a bucket ton of PTDC. It really does. And I'm sure we have the records. I know I do, but it's probably in this site where that shows which token is burned more. I'm just not going to try to go find it live while I'm streaming. So that's the fees. Do you guys have? Oh, thank you. That's cool. He's going to do it. He's going to do it. He does most things that you ask him, as long as it doesn't break the website. If it's going to break the website, can't do it. Cool. All right. So, what was I saying? All right, we're going to talk about we talked about, if you have any questions about the fees, then ask. Now's a good time to do it. Let's see. I do got some questions. Let's get these on the screen. The other day on X Spaces, someone said PTDC doesn't need new people because the bots buying and selling can provide the volume to reward holders and stakers. Wannabe? That is technically correct. That is a technically correct statement. I have said that many times. We technically do not need users. We just want users because we believe this thing's going to the top 50. We better start telling people about it. So we're telling people about it. And this is how you technically don't need users. This is how you don't. Because those AMM bots, which we're going to talk about next. I won't spoil it. I'll just talk about those next. But with the recent uptrend, we do have new people in. That's true. Absolutely. Or the bots worked harder. Both. And it's okay. I love your questions. Here's how it works, Wannabe. Well, okay. Let's say nobody. We're getting into the AMM bots. Let's just segue over to that right now. That's my next section. It's what got me so excited when I learned about PTDC is the AMM bots. You guys, I know Shaka Vibes has read Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. He's an advocate of passive income, of buying investments, of not buying doodads and things that take money out of your pocket. You want to buy things that put money into your pocket, like crypto. Now you can buy, if you want to just buy, don't just stop at buying crypto, because if you want to buy Bitcoin, you can buy and hold it, and that's great. But when do you sell it? Like, how much do you sell? I mean, if it's not paying you passively, then then you have to make up your own mind what to sell, right? But with PTGC, it's a crypto and it's a passive income machine. So it's an investment with cash flow. And the way I look at it is the cash flow is what's my profit that I can spend. So you got the principal, which is a golden goose, and then you've got the eggs, which is the APY, the yield, the profit. Okay. So, but the AMM bots, let me see if I can illustrate this for you guys. I've done it so many different ways. I haven't picked one that works perfectly. It's different every time, and I suppose that's fine. But you've got, PCDC and UFO, they're both liquidity webs, right? No right about it. They are liquidity webs. And you've got the PTGC hex pair over here and the PTDC WPLS pair over here. And somebody buys in and out of this pair, the hex pair, and they change the price of PTDC. And let's say it lowers it. Well, whoops. Now we have two pairs that are out of alignment. Well, the AMM bots, the automated market maker bots, their job is to go in and buy out of this one and sell into, or buy out of this one and sell into this one, however it works, and balance those pairs and get their prices back into alignment. That's what they have to do across the entire Pulse network, which includes PTDC and all of its liquidity web. That's what the AMM bots do. So they're doing that 24/7, 7 days a week. Don't need to be paid. You don't got to pay taxes on them. They They just do all that work for the cost of electricity, really. And they're on the validators. So it's the guys running the validators that are paying the electricity. Okay, maybe not technically, guys, but that's where I get losses in the technical stuff. But just know that you're not even paying these AMM bots. They're out there rebalancing these pairs for you and me. And when they do that, they're paying the 5% fee. They have to. It's mandated. Every buy, sell, and transfer, there's a 5% fee. So there are times when, like, the pTGC, like if you're in the Telegram, you can see the buy bots. I think the threshold is set at $500. So every time there's a transaction for more than $500, boop, on that only on one pair, the WPLS pair, I'm pretty sure, which is the main pair that has most of the volume. So you'll see a buy bot notification pop up. But sometimes there's a lot of those notifications. Sometimes there is not a lot. And when there's not a lot, there's still going to be volume in the network because people are still, they're buying Hex. They'll buy, how does that work? They'll buy Hex. They'll buy out of the Hex PLS pair, but that affects the Hex pTGC pair because now the Hex in the pTGC pair has a different price than the Hex in the WPLS pair. And the AMM bots need to go in and fix those pairs too. So it's almost like we benefit from the one-off situations also. And that all happens automatically. So we don't need people buying and selling and moving tokens. All we need is everybody to be buying and selling Hex, PulseX, Inc., all of our paired assets. We'd still have volume. That's how it works, want to be 13. Probably way more than you expected. What other PulseChain has the founder this involved with innovation, with investors, with outreach, with marketing, modernizing? Thank you, Ricky. That's a high compliment. No other PulseChain coins has this active of a founder. Do you want to know why he's this active? Because he's got a sneaking hunch that everything I've been telling you guys in the last 52 minutes is true. Been bringing new people. I'm not the only one. That's right. Crypto 7 has been bringing a lot of people. I think he's got, you guys can look on the leaderboard. I think he's got like 30 different transactions for people that follow him. All right. What do we got? Hit refresh. The percentage will now. Oh, really? Okay. You guys got to see this. Is this true? I got to refresh. I think I did hit refresh. Okay. Well, let's see. Cracking me up because so fast. Yep. Woo. Yeah. Thank you, Shaka Vibes. That's awesome, man. That is so awesome. Love that, man. Johnny on the job. You're welcome, wannabe. I'm telling you guys. And Shaka Vibes, if you know the guy, you know, I shouldn't be calling him Johnny on the job. I'm just saying he did that fast. That's amazing. He does stuff. We'll mention something on live on stream. I mean, spaces on Saturday morning. Somebody make, oh yeah, it would be cool if it did this. And 10 minutes later, he's like, hey, hit refresh. It's already done. Now you're gonna make me really laugh, man. Every once in a while, I might come up with a good idea. I appreciate you, man. That's so awesome, man. Here's another thing, guys, that you guys now. All right, perfect timing, Shaka Vibes, because look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. I'm going to tell you, pTGC's got this alien tech, and it's called more coming into the system than can be extracted from the system. What can be extracted? The stuff that comes into our wallets, the reflections and the staking rewards. Yeah, we can extract it. I've done a little bit of that, like a teeny weeny little bit. What cannot be extracted? The burnt LP, what the DAO does. Most of that cannot be extracted because it's always, oh, I didn't even tell you, the DAO is always going to burn tokens, which it just did last week, burnt like 9 million or 19 million tokens. Okay. So it's going to add LP, burn tokens. That's predominantly what it does. That is monetary value staying in the system. What else stays in the system? The burnt tokens, the automatic adds to the LP. Let me just show you guys. I'm going to show you, then I'm going to tell you what is incredible about this system. Look at this, guys. You've got 2% that stays in the system, and here's another 1%. So all of this stays in the system. That's 3 out of the 5%. This here can be extracted. Do you see that? You got 2 out of the 5% that can be extracted. Did you see that that leaves a net 1% that remains in the system? That's alien tech, guys, because that means that that with every buy, sell, and transfer, this system is being strengthened. It's almost technically, now I think it is technically a forever up token. It's technically always going to have more LP, always have a reduced supply, and always send 2% to the Dow, which is always going to LP or reduce the supply. It's a forever up token. I just kind of say that with a little hesitation because it does require transactions. Okay. So smash the like. Crypto Neptune, it's good to see you, man. You've been crushing in that referral system. And guys, if you Neptune, drop your, and both of you guys, Holland's in the chat too, and Crypto 7, all three of you guys, drop your YouTube links in the chat. And guys, go sub to these guys on YouTube. Drop them in the chat, guys. It's your assignment. You're content creators. I am too. Drop your link in the chat, and everybody go sub to them. You got people in here that haven't subbed to you, but I'm sure there's 22 people in here live. My last stream where we talked about pTGC has had 1.4 thousand views on YouTube. Good job, C7. Keep up the good work. Let's go live. Banana is live. That's right, Holland. Famous words of banana. pTGC is going to a penny. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. All right, there's your more coming in that can go out. What else, guys? And we're almost done. Two more points. You got 17,000 plus wallets. We're at about 17,500 wallets right now. We're 42 wallets away from 17.5. We're headed to 20,000. My goal, 20,000 wallets by and 20 to 1 with PulseChain by the time PulseChain is 2x of SAT price. That's my personal goal. And the last thing on what these tokens are is you can earn APY 4 different ways. We're only going to talk about 3 of them. You can earn APY for holding, staking, and locking with pTGC. And with UFO, you can earn APY for holding and LPing. All right, commercial break. Oh, we're going to do number two. Wait a second. Yeah. We got to do number 2, what you can, how to earn. Hold on, guys. You guys haven't put your links in the chat yet. Make sure you put your link in the chat. Let's talk about how you can earn with these tokens, because that's the next step. All right, so we're going to keep this pretty simple, but I do require some water. All right, I think I have a wallet connected, which is an improvement over last week when I didn't. Okay. We're going to the D app. Go ptgc.com. I do have a wallet connected. Yay. Happy days. So the D app is go ptgc.com. And I don't have it on a hotkey because I nuked my keyboard yesterday, the day before. I was like, hey, Grok, am I going to nuke my keyboard if I do this? It's like, no, you ain't. Well, yes, I did. So I got to go fix it again. It only takes 20 minutes, but dude, it's 20 minutes. All right, let's go have a look at this. Go pTGC. I'm going to remove the comments. So we're going to talk about pTGC first and then UFO. What you do is if you hold, well, like if you need to buy pTGC, well, buy with my referral link, of course, which you can find on my Twitter and my YouTube and such. But if you want to buy, just go to onboarding with, you can use, okay. Like, all right, I forget, because some of you guys might have been sent here by somebody that's like, hey, go check out this thing. And you should use their referral link. Use their referral link. Don't use mine. If I brought you in, use mine. You really should. I would provoke you to use someone's referral link. Use someone's referral link. Unless if you're grinding for the system, use yours, baby. But if you ain't grinding, use mine or use Holland's or Neptune's or somebody's, man. Go use it because it doesn't cost you anything. Literally doesn't cost you anything. So let's get back to business. But yeah, if you're sent here by somebody else other than me, use their referral link, please. Don't get me in trouble. So what you want to do is you're going to buy pTGC right here. See, that's it. That's what my referral link is going to look like. It's just going to have my address right here. And you can swap right from PLS. I only have a teeny bit on this wallet, right into pTGC, and your slippage is already set, and you swap right now. You just got to connect your wallet and all that good stuff, right? Okay, and then once you have your pTGC in your wallet, now you want to go to the staking part. And we're not even going to look at all the calculators. There are videos on my YouTube about how those work. But what you want to do is go down to this section here where it says your stakes. And you may not even have any stakes. Like if you just bought some, you don't. So you're going to put in, this is where you can make your staking happen. Okay. What you can do is you can see there's all of these numbers are filled in. And see, this wallet has earned 81,000 total in its lifetime, and it's earned from holding about 25,000. We're going to skip a lot of this stuff for sake of time. And I'm just going to show you, like, if you bought 1 million tokens, you would see your pTGC held right here. And then if you wanted to stake it, you would click on this button. There are some things that you should know about staking. Okay, this is where you're going to do it right here. Stake pTGC. And then you can select an amount. Stake now. You can put however much you want or can into a stake. And then I'm going to tell you about staking. You can only have one stake per wallet. You can stake as much as you want. You can stake as long as you want. There's no time commitment. You can stake today and unstake tomorrow. Just know that when you unstake, and sometimes the term is withdraw, you are going to pay 1% that goes to all the other stakers. So just be aware of that. And it's 1% of your principal. So, I mean, that could be that's 1%. But if you're a long-term mindset guy, like many of us are, then like I stake my tokens without even blushing. I don't even think about it, man. I just stake them because I know they're going to be there for a long time. And I want to earn. Truck driving by with the trailer, kind of noisy. I know that I'm going to be earning from people that end their stakes, and I want those staking rewards. By the way, stakers earn about 160% more than those that are just holding the tokens. Yeah. Yeah. Stakers are crushing it. Absolutely. Like the 3 ways through the contract to earn with pTGC, stakers is excelling all of them. Now, at some point, it may be the lockers. But let's finish up with staking. So you can claim your staking rewards anytime. Like you can have 1 stake per wallet. You can claim your rewards. They sit in the contract until you claim them. And then they go from the contract to your wallet. Your reflections go straight to your wallet. Like you don't got to claim them. Guys, you got to see it. If you have not seen how pTGC works, I look at I call it like it shows up in a spooky alien tech sort of way. What does? Your reflections. Get you some pTGC and just sit there and watch your wallet, man. It'll just be like, you'll be sitting there and you're like, did that number just change? It sure did. You don't got to claim them or nothing. but your staking rewards you do need to claim. And when you claim them, they go to your wallet and they start earning reflections. You see, when you're staked, you're also earning reflections, by the way. Hey, see you, Shaka. Thanks for dropping in and for making that change. That's a hit, dude. That was a really good idea that somebody had. Okay. So one stake per wallet. That's basically it. And you got to claim the tokens. And you can do anything you want with those stinking tokens because they were bought out of, I can't explain it. Ask Zen on Spaces. Zen could explain in the chat if he's not too busy. But have at your yield, guys. Have at her. So that's staking. Now, if you want to lock, ask me any questions, guys. If you want to lock, your token's got to be staked. And locking is an entirely different animal because let me get the comments back up. Because when you lock, there is a time commitment. You can have multiple locks per wallet, and they got to have a time limit on them. There's no penalty for letting them go into overtime, and you'll continue to earn. That's another beauty of the pTGC Grays ecosystem. But you have to fulfill your time. Otherwise, there's a heavy penalty of 30% of your principal, which goes to all the other lockers. You can make multiple locks per wallet. Everybody hit the like. Wannabe said it. Hit the like button, guys. I appreciate it. Why? Not because I especially want to be a YouTuber, but because I want the Grays currencies ecosystem to be successful on PulseChain. That's why I'm here. I ain't here for me. Well, I'm here for my bags and your bags. And this is something I can do. So I'm doing it with the best of my ability. And that means hit the like, guys. Hit that like with the best of your ability. Just so we can get to more eyeballs. How many people are in here? 18. Woo, woo. There'll be a lot of people watching the rerun. Don't worry. So back to locking. You need to take locking serious. Like if you just got your bag of pTGC and you're like, and you're watching me and you're like, and you go ahead and lock it up. I mean, you go ahead and stake it. I mean, no harm, no foul. It's a 1%. If you unstake tomorrow, what's 1%? It could be sad, but 1% ain't much. But 30% is a big number. So here's how you gotta get a little strategic about it. So there's a couple different ways. I look at locking in 3 different ways because this is how I did mine. Fishing with Camo Joe, he's been in pTGC. That's good, man. I've seen you around, man. It's good to see you. If I missed a question, I'm gonna have to go back and look through the questions. You can lock from anywhere from 90 days out to let's pull the D app up. Pull the D app up. So if you got staked tokens, then you can lock them. I don't think claim. Can I? Here's lock. I can't lock anything because I don't have anything to lock. But there's your time frames. I mean, you can lock anywhere from 90 days out to 3,650. See, I can't do. I try to. Let's do 100. Let's do 56. Can't do it. 3,650 days is the longest you can go. So you can lock from 90 days. And when you lock for 90 days, you keep 55% of the, that's cool. Ambitions forever. I love that. You staked your pTGC yesterday. That's awesome. Now you're earning that 160% more than just holding. So if you lock for 90 days, you're earning 55% of all the locking rewards that come into your wallet. So what you'll see is when people unlock early and you're in that and you're a locker, you're going to earn some of their penalty. So it'll come into your wallet. And I'm telling you guys, hold on. The volume in locking has not been high. It has been low. But I suss, and I think a lot of other people do too, that it will pick up when price and volume increases. We will have more end lockers, and the lockers, and I'm going to explain to you why locking is something that pretty much everybody should at least take a look at because it could be a massive opportunity. You're welcome, Crypto 7. So you lock from anywhere from 90 days out to 10 years. The way I did it is I look at my locking in 3 different ways. I made a 90-day lock, which is some profit. It's a small 90-day lock. Since matured, it's still collecting locking rewards, penalty rewards. And then I made a locking ladder, which went all the way out to 9+ years. And then I made and then I did some 10-year locks. So I think 88% of my tokens are in 10-year locks, 8% are in a ladder, and then 4% is in that 90-day lock. That's how I did it. Now, I advise against locking up unless you really want to lock up a big old bag in one big stinking lock. Go for it. I did that. I YOLO'd. I didn't know what I was doing. And I made a big old lock. And I was like, well, now I got to pay the penalty on that whole thing. Should I decide to end that lock, which I don't ever plan on doing, but hey, life happens. So break it up into smaller locks. Lock one day or a week into the next higher tier, and you will earn from that tier. So like I was getting at, the lock. So when locking penalty rewards are distributed, you get everything that your position earns. Like, let's say you have one 90-day lock. You will get everything that those tokens earn for the position, and they'll be sitting in the contract assigned to you. When you claim them, 55% of those tokens will go to your wallet, and that's your reward. 45% will go to the dead address. And if you lock for a year, you keep 60%. 2 years, 65%. All the way out to 10 years, you can keep 100% of the locking penalty rewards. So that's why I'm a big fan of the 10-year locks. And here is another reason why I want to be in that higher tier. And that's because the locking rewards are distributed based on token number or token quantity, not token value. So it's like when you earn your reflections and your staking rewards, you're getting those tokens based on value. Like if somebody earns $1 worth of tokens in a day, that could be 1 million tokens, or it could be 1 token, if they earn $1 in a day. But with locking, you're going to earn a value. You're going to earn not a value. You're going to earn a number of tokens. So it's almost vice versa. And that's why when like, say for example, somebody unlocks and you get 10,000 tokens and you're in a 10-year lock, and you get 10,000 tokens because somebody unlocked. And today, 10,000 tokens is worth what? But what if those tokens are worth 10 cents or $1? Well, suddenly, you're the recipient of $10,000 worth of tokens in your wallet. Yeah, because that's your lock-in rewards. But your reflections and stakings are just very, very, very different. That's why I'm a big fan of locking. And besides, if we all lock and we all unlock, and some of us unlock early, there's more rewards going around. And when you end your locks, every lock except for a 10-year lock is going to burn tokens when you claim them. And if you're a whale in the system, there's I've looked at the top 20 wallets, and there's a bunch of them that haven't claimed their lock-in rewards from way back in the beginning. I'm like, guys, will you please claim your tokens? Because when you do, you're going to burn tokens. But truthfully, those tokens also aren't earning reflections because they're sitting in the contract. So we get all those reflections and staking rewards too, I believe. I believe that's how it works. All right, is that it for the D app? Do we go through locking? Are there any questions? Thanks for tutorial videos. Hey, is Holland G doing tutorials? You must be on your live stream. I gotta admit, I haven't even listened. I think I downloaded one. All right. 20 people in here, 17 likes. Hit the likes. This is Elite Council of the Grays. It's full go time. Yeah. Let's go. Staked to pTGC yesterday. Awesome. That's awesome. I'm a huge fan of staking. All right, UFO. Let's go into UFO, and then two more steps, and I gotta go. And we're at an hour and a quarter right now. How many people are on here? 19. Is the longer the lock, the higher the percent earned? Yes. Yes. So your 90-day locks are going to keep 55% of the reward. Your 1 year lock going to keep 60%. Your 2 year lock going to keep 65%, and so on, all the way up to 10 years. And you can have multiple locks. You can lock, I was going to say, yeah, multiple locks. Oh, if you lock 1 day into the next higher tier, you'll earn from that tier. So why lock 10 years? Just make it 9 times 365 and then maybe add a week. So add 7 days. And then you earn 100% of the lock-in rewards. And you only have to go out 9 years in a week. That's a hack. That is something you learn by when you come to this stream. That is why I do this stream, to equip you guys to make wise decisions with your bags. So when you go out and bring people into the Grays currencies, send them to this stream so they can get grounded. That's the whole purpose of this. That's our intent. I'm not being paid for this, by the way. I do this on my own dime, on my own time. I want to see the Grays currencies crush it this cycle. Hold on a second. Okay, I got that. Let's get into UFO, the ultimate financial opportunity. So UFO, same D app, go ptgc.com, click on UFO. You are welcome, Brown. You are absolutely welcome. Click on farming. Like I said, you can do two things with UFO. You can hold it or you can farm it. And the way you do that is click on farming, and there's videos on YouTube or on this site too, in the onboarding section, for how to do all this. What you'll do is you'll just add liquidity. Now I recommend against the UFO pTGC pair because you're going to pay the fees on those tokens going into and out of that LP. And on this pair, just be aware that you're going to pay the UFO fee exiting that pair, only exiting. And what you'll do is, like, let's say you're going to do the UFO hex pair. Now this UFO section is only going to take a minute, guys. And then we're going to move on to commercial break. Add liquidity, select add liquidity. And then you got to have to add both sides of this LP. And I don't have any. Oh, I got 33.95 hex. Okay. So let's do 33.95. And it'll be 1,000,000. Oh, wait a second. There you go. It must not be detecting my wallet or something. But you're going to have both sides of the LP, and then you just sign it in your wallet, and then you'll have an LP. Now, there is something special with UFO. It's called the UFO share, and it's never been done before technology, much like pTGC's setup over there. UFO has its own special sauce, which is the UFO shares. And they are going to become rare, difficult to achieve, expensive, and right now they are uber cheap. So let me explain them to you after a sip of water. Hold on. You know, in a typical standard LP pool, you put your UFO in there, for example, and you lose a bunch of UFO because it's outperforming the asset that it's paired with. That's sad. That's a bummer, because I didn't pair my UFO with hex to lose my UFO. I love my UFO. Yeah, UFO is gonna easily outperform RH cores. You said it, dude. He said it. Wasn't me. So that means that in all the LP pools, there could be a lot less UFO. And I am an eyewitness. I have lost a lot of UFO in the UFO LPs. Am I sad about it? Nope. Because one, I don't intend on ever exiting those pools. Two, I'm earning passive PLS every single day as a reward for providing LP. Three, we haven't even seen anything yet over here on PulseChain. We haven't seen what these machines, pTGC and UFO can do. And 4, I got UFO shares. And the UFO shares determine my position in the rewards pool. They will never change. That's why I said I'll never exit those LPs, is because the UFO shares are a precious asset. It's like, it's almost like, when you know when you exit, when you add an LP, you get the PLP tokens. Well, in UFO, you get PLP tokens plus you get the UFO shares. You get in UFO, you get PLP plus. It's PLP plus over in UFO. That's right. So how do they work? Well, let's say you put 100 million UFO into an LP, you're going to get 100 million shares, UFO shares, and it's assigned to that LP. As long as you don't exit it, you're going to have 100 million shares. Now, your UFO is always going to fluctuate in there. It's probably going to go down because, as Holland said, we're going to outperform the cores. So you're going to end up with, I don't know, 30 million UFO at the end of the day. Bummer. But you're still going to have 100 million UFO shares. So your pulse rewards aren't going to deviate. They aren't going to fluctuate based on how much UFO you have in that pool. They're gonna fluctuate based on volume. But that's the only reason they're going to fluctuate, because you hold UFO shares, and those shares are fixed. And here's a secret sauce alien tech pro tip from Prairie Banana. If you got UFO LPs, keep an eye on your paired asset. I did this one time when Inc ran up in 2020. It was 2024. Inc had a good run up. And what happened is, let's say I put 100 million UFO into that LP. Suddenly I had more UFO because Inc had ran up again and people are buying Inc and depositing UFO. So I started with 100 million UFO shares, and suddenly I got 110 UFO in there. And my buddies like Shaka and Zen are like, you know what you can do? You can unpair that LP and pair it right back up. 110 million UFO shares, making me more PLS. That's how it works. So if you got a UFO share, keep an eye on your pools. Just keep an eye on the chart. And if you got a hex pair, if hex runs up, you might want to go look and see how many UFO shares you got, and then look at how many UFO you got in that pool. And it might give you the market might gift you an opportunity to level up your UFO shares for the cost of gas. Just make sure you know what you're doing. Where is everybody moaning about Richard on Spaces instead of picking up the alpha here? Thank you, C7. I appreciate that. UFO is a beautiful buy. Oh, it's so cheap right now. All right. pTGC gets all the love. Crypto 7, this one for you, man. This is for anybody that all we hear about is pTGC till the cows come home, and nobody giving any UFO any love. But I'm going to tell you that we're going to be forced to give UFO airtime, because it's going to rear its ugly head. It's beautiful, ugly head, beautiful, ugly head one day. And it's going to make itself known, as it already has in the past. And I'm telling you what, man, anytime PulseChain shows any kind of movement, UFO starts rumbling, man. If you don't have a position in UFO, it is so inexpensive right now. I think it's 6 to 1. I think it's 6 to 1 or 7 to 1, something like that. You can get like 6 or 7 times more UFO than you can pTGC right now. And I'm telling you guys, what you do, watch this. This is the last thing on UFO. I just got done talking about it. And you guys got to go to pTGC, Shaka's site, -ufo.com. Go to this little calculator right here. I'm going to show you. This is important. I know it's taking extra time, but go to this calculator right here. It'll pull it up in a second, and it's going to show you where you can. It's called a new capital simulator. Like, let's say you're going to put $1,000 into the Grays ecosystem right now, and you can, let's say you split it 50-50 into each of those assets, and let's forecast the volume to $1 million a day. There's your net 475 into that one because of the fees, okay, and all that. Here, and we're gonna maximize this. We're gonna hold and stake, doing everything we can with this thing, not including locking, and we're gonna hold an LP. So we're gonna, 50-50 LP and hold, and you're gonna earn at the end of the year $99.34 in pTGC, $976 for UFO. That's $1,000 into UFO right now. It's your 10x. It's a 10x. I hope I ain't wrong on that. Guys, go and fact check me. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. It's like, why would I buy pTGC right now? You can, I don't know, maybe I wish Zen were here. Like, we could pick his brain. Maybe we should pick his brain on Spaces tomorrow. But I'm telling you, the way it looks on this calculator is like UFO. And what you can do, guys, like if you're looking for exposure to these things, let me get this calculator back up. What you can do is do a ratio, man. You can go 50-50, or you can go, watch this. You can go a little heavier, like 20%, put 20% on pTGC and the rest on UFO, and kind of even it out a little bit. I guess I went the wrong direction. Watch. Let's go to 20%. You kind of even out a little bit. Okay. You know what I mean? That's what this calculator is built for, is to help you make some decisions about, which one should you YOLO into. You're going to replay. And there's a video on my YouTube about that calculator right there. Yeah. I just posted it like Thursday or Friday. So there's that. All right. We reviewed the D app. We talked about UFO shares. And if you're going to LP UFO with RH tokens, you need to do it on the D app. If you do it on PulseX, you'll bypass the reward, the Grays currencies reward system. So do yourself a favor and do your LPs on go ptgc-ufo.com, or even the old site, which still works, which is PulseTGC.com. Commercial break. Oh, I do not have my hot lists, my hotkeys, because I knew my keyboard. So I'm just going to tell you guys, I've got a private Telegram. It's especially for new people. Jump in there. There's a link in the description of this video. Jump in there. If you got any questions, ask them in there. It's a Telegram. I designed it for new people. I started it for new people. So you can have a safe place. Nobody's going to beat you up for asking, what they think is a silly question. Join my Telegram. Use my referral link. If you want to tip me, use my referral link. It's also, I'm pretty sure it's in the description. If you want to join the pTGC marketing syndicate, I have another Telegram. Just ask me about it. All right. There's probably actually a link in the description. You can join that one. And I did not have a meeting last Friday because I got some other work done. Everything was slow. I was like, I'm going to get some other work done. So I did. Jumped into the main Telegram too. Like, if you really want to get, if I'm not available, and I'm always available, jump into the main Telegram and ask any questions. Here's the link right there. And there's a lot of great guys in there, and they will answer any questions. If you want to, I wrote a book about pTGC. It's right here. It's called The Grays Currencies. This is the hardcover version. It's got a beautiful binding, and there's a note from the founder on the back. He's a friend of mine, and it's full color and it has illustrations in the back. There's a picture on every page, a lot of gray. I call it Gray's art. See that? It's kind of fun on every page, and there's illustrations. And this is like a historical record of the Grays currencies ecosystem, and it goes through the ecosystem from cover to cover. And I literally put everything in there. I didn't keep anything in my back pocket. It's all in the book. And you can find that at theprairiebanana.com. If you buy $3,000 worth of pTGC and send me the transaction, I'll gift you the book, $3,000 worth of pTGC. So if you're looking to buy, you may as well buy with my referral link, and then I'll gift you the book. I'll be happy to do that. And these haven't been going very well. But if you guys, $1,000, you buy $1,000 of pTGC with my referral link, and I will gift you one of these. There you go. One of these devices. They're the Richard Hart ones. And you get it like this. Right? This one has the ProveX on there. And on the back of this one, you can't see it, but this is the one you can put on your refrigerator, and you write love notes to your wife or your husband. That's what my wife and I do. Join the Gold Circle Space Force, secretobank.com/grays. We need more people too. I need more people to join this Gold Circle Space Force. Guys, I'm loving it, man. We've got it. We're crushing it with these gold circles. You show up in spaces and you look in people comments, comment on every single stream that you see somebody making content about the Grays currencies. Go in there and make a comment. And especially if you got a gold circle. If you don't got a gold circle, put a little alien in there. All right. But make a comment, hit the like, subscribe to anybody like Crypto Neptune, Crypto 7, Holland. Subscribe to us guys, and anybody else that comes along, and interact with our content so we can get because YouTube wants that wants to know that people like our content. If you interact with it, then YouTube will push it to other eyeballs, which will draw more people into our ecosystem, and then price goes up. So help us with that, guys. Gold Circle Space Force, secretobank.com/grays. You just upload your profile picture and download a new one, and you get a beautiful gold circle like is around my profile. See that? You can get one of those too, and they're very, very professional looking. They're gorgeous. Okay, they look really good. Really good. I love them. And then whenever you're on a spaces or in a stream and you see a gold circle, it's like, that's my bro. It's cool, man. But there are some people that are not going to do it for strategic reasons. That's cool. We got it, man. The rest of us gold circle guys, we got it covered. I follow everyone with gold circle too. Yep. Anybody that's got, the same way, man. On X, follow everybody that's got a gold circle or has X in their profile, pTGC in their profile. Just, we don't got to be all inclusive. We got to be a little exclusive too. That made no sense. We need to be reaching out, but also rubbing elbows within. I already told you a little bit about the schedule. We don't have any streams coming up, and that is not right. I got to get one set up. Go help a Wild SJ with sending out these devices. She needs your help out there in California. So go out there and help. Hey, Crypto, Only Crypto. It's good to see you, man. He's a friend of the show. Upcoming streams, you don't have any. Follow the Gray 369. He's the founder. He was in here just a little bit ago. Here's his link right there, guys. Go follow the Gray 369 on X. Go follow Richard Hart. If you're not following Richard Hart, then you need to be. And he seems a little distant, like removed from us, but still, we got to follow him. Okay. pTGC is the only strategy that matters. Holders don't get wrecked. That's right, man. All right. Are we almost done with that? Oh, one more thing, guys. Vote on plsfolio.com. And if you're brand new and haven't voted on Deck Screener, vote on your Deck Screener too for pTGC and UFO both. But plsfolio.com, you can go there and vote for pTGC and UFO twice a day. Do it. And Mr. Walter puts it in the Telegram multiple times a day. And every time I see it in there, I click and I try to go over if I know it. And I vote. plsfolio.com. Vote for pTGC and UFO. It matters. If it doesn't matter now, it's going to matter. All right, guys, let's go see what these things can do. Are you ready? Are you ready? Hey, if you're brand new in this ecosystem, put a one in the chat. If you're just like over here kicking the tires or somebody told you about this thing and you're like, hey man, show me what you got. Put a one in the chat. I want to know who you are. It's okay. You don't have to, but I'm curious. I love to see new people coming in. And I love it when you have like Wannabe earlier had all these questions. Sign me up for your more questions, man. Wannabe? Loved your questions. Put some questions in the chat if you guys want. Next thing we're going to do after this sip of water is we're going to talk about what these tokens can do. Are you ready? You might want to sit down. Let's talk about the X multiplier. We already touched on it earlier. We're going to be done, guys. Do you guys understand the opportunity that we have over here in crypto, especially with this X multiplier on an undervalued chain at the bottom of the chain? You're welcome, Anabi. Appreciate you. I don't understand it. I don't understand the value. Hold on now. This is too much fun only. Too much fun. I do this for entertainment. I'm like entertaining myself, okay? No, but it also keeps your attention, right? This kind of delivery. So, bottom of the chain. Everything's wrecked. Everybody's crying and whining and wondering what's going to happen. And that's the best time to buy, guys. It's the best time. It's also the hardest time. But you got this thing called the X multiplier. PulseChain does it 10x. pTGC going to do it. If it does 10x, that's 100x. That's how it works. It's not 10 plus 10. It's 10 times 10. It's reflexivity. What does Richard Hart call it? Not the X multiplier, but the I forget. But I got a calculator right here, and this is going to allow us to see what can, the impact on price of certain multiples. And before I do that, I want to tell you guys, you saw, if you missed it at the beginning of the stream, I showed the WPLS chart with pTGC and all that, and how pTGC has been waxing the pants off of PulseChain and all the other assets, which we didn't even look at. But can you imagine the other assets is not doing that great either? So we got a strong history of moving up against PulseChain. So I always just say like probably a 10x against PulseChain could be pretty easy. I hope. I hate to embellish and be. I don't want to look back 2 years ago and say, yeah, you used to think it was easy and then it wasn't, or something like that. But 10 is a nice round number, and we've already been 5,500x, whatever it was, against PulseChain. So can we do 10? Yeah, let's just do 10. Maybe it's going to be 5. Maybe it'll be 20. Who knows, man? I'm picking 10. If PulseChain does 10x, we get those 10x. If pTGC does its own 10x, that's 10 times 10, which is 100. Okay, what we're going to do with this experiment is we're going to put in PulseChain at its previous all-time high and pTGC doing 10x against that. We're going to pull the comments down. So X multiplier, we're going to go through all these calculators. Let's go enter token amount. This is a dolphin position. Okay, guys. I think it's like $4,000 worth of tokens. A dolphin, very respectable position. If you can get you a dolphin position, I'll tip my hat to you. Okay. Because I really believe that these dolphins are going to be, have a high probability of being very thankful at the top of the cycle, whenever that is. We'll probably never know until it's past, right? Here is SAC price. Here is 2x of SAC price, which is a 24x from current price. Let's say pTGC does a 10x above that. What is that? A 240x? Is that what I said? 2.0. No, it's been, I'm sorry. It has been, hasn't it been, let's see, 302. Yeah, it was 2x the stock price. That's what it was. I'm pretty sure 302. Yeah, it had to be 302. We can go look, but we're not going to. We'll just, it doesn't even matter. If Pulse goes to 302 and PTDC does a 10x against Pulse, this is what the numbers are going to be. 1.5 cent PTGC, 100x potential for PTGC. That's your numbers, guys. That's it. I mean, it's just math. And then your bag would go from a current value of $4,100. If only Pulse went up, it would be worth $98,000. But with the X factor of PTGC also going up 10x, $393,000. Okay. That is your X multiplier calculator. You guys all have access to this. Let's do some moon math. We're only going to do PTGC. You guys can do UFO on your own. My bag, let's say, now this is, I got all tripped up on this one last week. Let's see if I can, we're going to buy $1,000 worth of tokens and they're going to 10x. So they're going to go to 0.001414. This will be the new market cap. But then somebody, what this does is, you see it, you can inject capital into, let's say, 100 million, I want 100 million comes into the ecosystem. $100 million comes into this ecosystem. And your bag just inflated to $3.6 million. Yo. And down here, this is the number of X's. Your new PTDC price would be $4.67. Am I missing something here? Because that's a big, big number. I don't know that I'm actually missing anything. Guys, we have seen numbers. That's $100 million to each core asset. Yeah, that would be it would be. Let's do 10 million to each core asset. That's $50 million coming into the ecosystem. That would put PTDC at like 5 cents. Yeah. A 403x multiplier with new market cap of $16 billion. $16 billion. So you've got, your bag would be 3.6. Yeah. I need to figure out how to, for some reason, this happened last week too. I've made the video for this calculator, but when I get in here, start doing it while I'm streaming, it just goes. Let's go to the second one, which is the third one, which is the rewards calculator. We're almost done, guys. The rewards calculator, what it's going to do is going to say, for such and such bag size at such and such volume, this is going to be your rewards in tokens and in dollars. So it's like in tokens and in value. Let's have a look at it. So here's the current price. Here's the market cap. Here's today's volume. Not bad. We've had $2 million days. 2 million. Okay. We've had another $1 million day, but I'm talking about 2 million. $2 million. We've had one. You're holding them out. Let's do that dolphin position. And you're not just holding it. We're not just holding it, but we're also staking it because we want that 160% reward. So we'll enter the daily volume. Let's make it $5 million because I think we're going there. Interesting thing, guys, is as we see volume increase, price increases. As price increases, volume increases. There's something like that. And you can see it over on the old metric site, which is look into ptgc.com. And I could show you guys right now how we historically you can see volume tracking price. So, I mean, it has strong implications because when price goes up, your volume is going to increase too, which means more rewards. So I think $5 million, I hope, was within the realm of possibilities. So I'd like to look at a yearly. So if you had this bag held, staked, and this kind of volume every day for a year, this would be your rewards. $4,287. That's nice. or 30 million tokens. You double your bag. So your APY be 52.28%. Yeah, man. That is your rewards. And then your new capital simulator, which we already looked at. So you can put $1,000 in there. You can go all in on pTGC or UFO, and you can even simulate volume. You can put in a custom number. It's just stinking amazing calculators. And then you can do holding only or holding and staking. Like, here's what you would earn if you're just holding. Then if you're staking, you'd earn more than double. There you go. And there's our beautiful charts. We'll pull that up real quick. Give everybody a little bit of FOMO. Look how we're doing, guys. This is pTGC in the gold, UFO in the green, and then the core assets down below there. We've been just waxing eloquently against the core assets. We've been crushing it. And I did say we. All right, so we talked about the X multiplier. Oh, we didn't do a lock-in calculator. We should do that. Price folio, past performance. We did that. Volume and price on look into. I told you about that. We looked at the chart. Let's go look at the lock-in calculator. Life-changing. Yep, life-changing. Yep. There's Walter. Okay, one more calculator, guys. And that, remember I told you that locking is superpower of the pTGC ecosystem. UFO shares is the superpower of UFO. Locking is that of pTGC. And I'm going to go ahead and show you, look into, if I can get logged in real quick, and then we're going to call it a day, guys. Hold on. Hold on, guys. I'm going to show you that volume calculator now that it's public. Hold on. That's the fee allocation. I don't want that. Actually, I think I do. There's a volume history and price. Go back 280 days. All right, here you go. Look at this, guys. I'm going to take this off. All right. Look at that, guys. See how that volume and price, volume goes up and price goes up? And then right now, we're just kind of in this zone here where price is low and volume's low. But look, when price goes up, volume goes up. It follows suit, right? And it's not super, super consistent, but, I wouldn't say it's super, super consistent day to day, but generally speaking, they follow each other. So what does that mean? I think that's really cool. Let's go. I think it has cool implications, what I was trying to say. Let's go to the lock-in calculator. All right, so a little bit of history on this. This is one of our pTGC community members, Crypto Kong, built this. He's a friend of mine. And this is like the second metrics site ever in the Grays Currencies ecosystem. And it was a paid site, which is a reason I'm so excited that we have this free stuff now. Love it, love it, love it. But his site has still a lot of good juicy stuff. And one is the lock-in calculator. Now, before all this metric stuff, we I was keeping a spreadsheet, and I still am, of all these metrics. And one metric I was keeping is the amount of unlocks. And I'm still keeping records. Every month I update my records. I'm looking at the calendar because in a little more than a week, I got to do it again. And what I found is that it was in 2024, we unlocked an average of 395 million pTGC every month. Okay, I'm going to sneeze. Hold on, guys. Wow. 395 million pTGC unlocked every month. Well, that's cool to know, because one day, what if all that pTGC is worth $1? Never know. Got a hunch it might actually happen. So let's see what we could perhaps earn if we had a position in the locking pool. So what we do is Crypto Kong built this calculator in about a day. Look, this is how much we got locked up total. This is how much is unlocked in an average month, about that. Okay. And let's say you have 100 million locked up. That's 3 dolphin positions. and the price is now $1 because I think it's going there. I do. And let's say you got really zealous and you're a 10-year locker. Well, you would earn 85,017 tokens. And there's actually less than that locked up right now. Let's see how it changes that estimated tokens. Did it change? Because okay, now it's 89. Now it's 85. Yeah, you earn more. Huh. Okay. Well, that makes sense. I thought that's how it was going to work out. So that's 89,512 tokens that are worth $1 over the course of a month. All those lock-in rewards, that 395 million pTGC was unlocked over a month. Now, we're not getting anywhere near that kind of unlocking volume right now, but we did for a solid year in like 2024 to early 2025 when things were running a little bit hotter than they are right now. So you think we might be going back to that kind of number range? And if we get to that price range, lockers are going to be really happy. How about 89,512 bucks worth of crypto passively earnings in a single month? Make your wife happy. Make your life happy. Yeah, man. Better have a plan. Hope you got a plan. 16 people in here. I'm sure a bunch of people are going to watch the replay. That's cool. Hey, let's go out and crush it, guys. Like I said, when it comes to socials, if you're not on social, get on socials. Get on social. We need people to start a YouTube channel. I'm doing YouTube shorts. Interact with those. I'm doing TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and X. I'm doing short videos on all 4 of those platforms lately. Interact with those videos, please, because it gets them out to more eyeballs, and which gets us, which adds more wallets. We're after wallets, guys. I want to see 20,000 wallets by the end of this year. We can do it. If you're looking to buy pTGC, I would be obliged if you would use my crypto, my rewards link. It's in the description. It's on my X. It's on my YouTube. And if you need me to PM to you, I can. If you want the book, buy $3,000 worth of pTGC with my referral code, and I will go down to my post office and ship this to you for free. Don't cost you nothing. Is there anything else, guys? We set? Man, talk Shesh. It's good to see you again, man. Walter, thanks for showing up. Mr. Holland, thanks for being here. Everybody, wannabe, thanks for the questions. We'll see you all around the blockchain. Adios.